Now to introduce this year's nominees. Here is News 9's Wake Up Wisconsin's Brittany Slaughter and Sadie Fisher.
Hello everyone, thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Brittany Slaughter.
And I'm Sadie Fisher.
Welcome to the 2023 Small Business of the Year Awards. Congratulations to all the nominees and of course to all the winners who we'll announce in just a bit. It is truly an honor to be with all of you this evening. We've gathered here to recognize 13 Small Business of the Year Award finalists. We're also going to celebrate the positive impact of small businesses in the region. Following the awards, a social reception will be held to give attendees the opportunity to congratulate everyone, as well as connect and enjoy some hors d'oeuvres. A few housekeeping items. Please silence the cell phones. We don't want those going off. We all know how awkward that is during these events. Don't be that person. Restrooms are located outside of those doors between the ballroom and the restaurant area to the left. With that, we are thrilled to welcome you once again to an incredible evening with the Greater Wausau region. This is the second program this month during the Chamber's Business Month, which includes a variety of events that celebrate business and commerce. We're looking forward also to the nation's largest Chamber Expo next week, held right here in central Wisconsin. The Business Expo will be held on Thursday, April 20th in Rothschild, and followed by that, a Fun at Expo for networking event that evening. Those are super fun. If you're able to attend, a great opportunity to meet lots of people.
And before we get started, we just want to thank our Business Week sponsors. First up is our presenting sponsor, which is Aspirus Health and Aspirus Health Plan. So we just want to take a brief message from this sponsor.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
You have dreams to visit your grandkids, to start a small business, to spend time on the lake. The cost of a good healthcare plan should support those dreams, whatever they may be. They're your dreams. We're just here to help you live them. Aspirus Health Plan, a great plan for your best life.
We also would like to thank these other Small Business Month sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is the Dirks Group. Gold sponsors are Ansay and Associates LLC, Hochuk Gaming Wittenberg, Wausau Smiles Dental LLC. Our silver sponsors are Great Lakes Cheese Co. Incorporated, Lakeland Care Inc., Northwind Solar, Ruderware LLSC, Spectrum Insurance Group LLC, TDS Telecom, Urban Chic Boutique, Wausau Tile Inc., and Wausau River Partners. Our TV media sponsor is WAOW WYOW News 9. Our print media sponsor is The Business News. Our radio media sponsor is Midwest Communications. Our Expo Award sponsor is Fully Promoted. And our brochure sponsor is Rotographic Printing. The Small Business of the Year Awards program provides an opportunity to celebrate small businesses. Small businesses play an incredibly important role in our communities by bringing growth and innovation to our local economies and providing jobs to our families. Thank you to the community for supporting our small businesses. As we've seen in the last few years, every single business needs our support. Now on to the awards portion of today's event.
The Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce's Small Business of the Year Awards are an opportunity to celebrate these businesses and their contributions to the community. These go back to the 1981, and the process involves nominations and the completion of a thorough application process by each of the finalists. They're reviewed and scored independently by confidential judges from non-competing businesses and organizations. The judges don't know how their scores compare with the other judges' scores or who the recipients are until they're announced tonight. And none of us know who won, so we'll be right there with all of you with all of the excitement and surprise. The recipients are based on scores in the following categories: business or organizational story, growth and community involvement. And each finalist was featured in a live interview on Facebook leading up to this evening. You can view those on the Chamber's Facebook page or on their website. Though we are here to recognize the 2023 finalists and recipients, we want to take time and celebrate 42 years of past recipients by asking all previous Small Business of the Year Award recipients to please stand. Good job. Thank you all so much, and a huge congratulations. So well deserved. Well, as you may have noticed, this year new is a Walk of Winners display, which these previous Small Business of the Year Award recipients, they are on display over here, right there, my Vanna White moment, and they will also be on display next week at the Business Expo. A full list of all the recipients can also be found in the printed program that you have at your seats. Now, these recipients have not been notified in advance, like we said, so it is all a surprise. All finalists have been asked to share a few remarks in the event that they are now recognized. We now want to go to the Business to Consumer category.
Last year, 2 recipients were recognized at the 2022 Small Business of the Year Awards program, Lamb's Fresh Market and Wisconsin Automotive and Truck Education Association. In 2023, we'll honor finalists and recipients in the Business to Consumer and Charitable Nonprofit Award categories. The Business to Consumer category recognizes companies who primarily do business with other consumers. Last year, Lamb's Fresh Market was the recipient. Before we move on to recognizing this year's finalists, we invite Ron Lamb, owner of Lamb's Fresh Market, to take a moment to reflect on receiving this award last year.
Well, it seems like it's been a fast year, but it's 1 year ago, our family sat out here in the audience with all of the other nominated businesses with much anticipation, excitement, and I'm sure a little anxiety as to who would be selected as the Business to Consumer Small Business of the Year. Our organization is a family-owned and operated business, similar to most everyone, if not everyone represented this evening. We discussed what an honor and a privilege it was just to have been nominated and recognized with such a distinguished group of small businesses. Of course, when our name was announced, there was a real sense of excitement, happiness, and pride in the fact that out of all the businesses recognized that evening, we were chosen for this award. Even though we received this award more than a year ago, the excitement has not faded. This award will always hold a special place in our business, and it will also remind us that we must continue to be our best and serve our community in the way that allowed us to have received this award. So good luck to all the businesses represented here this evening, and God's blessings. Now it's time to look at this year's finalists in the Business to Consumer category.
Business to Consumer category. Ascentu Inc. is an all-inclusive wedding and special event service business that offers many products, such as staging, tents, tables, chairs, decor, and dance floors. Formerly known as AC & Sons Party Tent Rentals, the company rebranded as they added products and services such as wedding planning, decor consultations, wedding coordinators, and purchasing Rib River, an event venue. An attribute of the company's success is the quality of work they produce, which results in returning customers year after year. The Maximo LLC was locally founded in 2018 to provide progressive boutique real estate services typically found in larger cities. The agents at the business have been honored as the most talented and respected in the industry. The staff at this agency also have backgrounds in areas that complement their real estate experience. Their skills range from interior design to architecture, from accounting to advertising, and many are bilingual. Bushka Retirement Solutions, Inc. is a family-built firm under its 4th generation of leadership. Joseph Bushka Sr., Sue Bushka's grandfather, opened Bushka & Bushka Insurance in the basement of his home in Mosinee. Sue's father, Joseph Jr., joined the agency in 1957, and Sue began working for the company in 1980. Sue branched off from the agency and opened her own office to focus on retirement income planning in 1992. Her son, Cole Bruner, joined the firm in 2007 and is now the vice president of the company. For more than 14 years, El Tequila Salsa LLC has offered authentic Mexican food. The business uses the finest quality ingredients to produce delicious family recipes and offers the area's largest selection of salsa, tequila, and Mexican food. The various spices used in items on the restaurant's menu add to a very authentic dining experience. The business also features a bar with drink specials and a happy hour. In the Light Electric began in 2011 and became an LLC in 2006. At its conception, Dan Langhoff, the owner and also a master electrician, was its only employee. 22 years later, the business has grown to employ 11 full-time employees and now offers an office and showroom space. A separate division of the company has been formed, ITL Automations, devoted entirely to home automation and smart home systems. The company has experienced continual growth and expansion, which is largely credited to Dan's ability to change and evolve. The concept of Patriot Automotive began on September 11, 2011, when Jim Pinsonald, the owner, made the decision to join the United States Marine Corps. When serving in the Marines, he was trained in wheeled vehicle maintenance and repair. Upon returning home, he built on the personal, professional, and technical skills taught to him in the military. He added experience and honed his skills for 10 years before opening his own business in Weston, which has now expanded to a 3,500 square foot facility. Restlaw Memorial Park is the largest cemetery in the greater Wausau area, encompassing almost 300 acres. Originally developed by its businessmen in the area, the Crossey family managed the business before it was sold to the Tosun family as a division of the Tribute Companies in 1998. Restlawn hosts memorial services, celebrations of life, community events, remembrance programs, musical productions, and other programs within the chapel or within the grounds itself. Situated on the Wisconsin River, River's Edge Campground has grown to offer 265 campsites, 12 rental cabins, and a large variety of fun activities for visitors of all ages. An aqua park was added in 2016 and a lodge opened in 2017. Recent years has seen the addition of laser tag and outdoor axe throwing to the campground's amenities. The location hosts many large events including boat races, lawnmower races, a car show, and 5K runs. The business has more than 3,000 weekly visitors between its campers and day pass visitors.
I'd like to ask that our finalists in this category stand when named and remain standing until the recipient is called. Ascentu Incorporated, Maximo LLC, Bushka Retirement Solutions, El Tequila Salsa LLC, In the Light Electric, Patriot Auto Repair LLC, Restlawn Memorial Park LLC, and River's Edge Campground. And let's have a big round of applause for all of this year's finalists.
So, the recipient of the 2023 Small Business Award in the Business to Consumer category is Patriot Auto Repair, LLC.
Good evening. What an honor it is to be here tonight with all of you. Congratulations to all of the finalists. With all of the amazing businesses here, what a difficult task it must have been to select finalists and then narrow it down to just one as everyone here is deserving of the award. We were asked to share a personal account on how we succeeded in business and the obstacles we have had to overcome. Let's start at the beginning. After September 11th, 2001, I made the decision to join the Marine Corps. As you might imagine, the mental and physical obstacles which I encountered were numerous. As if that weren't challenging enough, 2 weeks before I graduated boot camp, I received a Red Cross message. My father had passed away from a brain aneurysm, and I needed to fly home to make funeral arrangements. Most 19-year-old kids do not have to experience either of those challenges, but it was an obstacle I had to overcome. You see, in the Marine Corps, failure is not an option. You are taught that when presented with an obstacle, you cannot quit. You go over, you go around, or you go through that obstacle. And that is exactly what I did. I focused my efforts on honing my skills as a Marine. My primary job, like the primary job of all Marines, was a rifleman. I was also trained in wheeled vehicle maintenance and repair. I became very good at both of those skills. In fact, there were Marines from other units who would bring their equipment to our motor pool so I could assist them in diagnosing and repairing their trucks. In the Marine Corps, we also learned that things were to be done to the highest standard possible. Whether that was cleaning a rifle, physical fitness, personal appearance, everything. Anything less than excellence is a failing grade, and it must be corrected immediately. You're surrounded with a culture who has the same values and standards. Every man and woman with their last name on their shirt looks out for one another. We live as a unit and die as a unit. Those powerful words. Attention to detail was critical. Being just one number off on the grid coordinates when calling for an airstrike could mean the difference between an F-18 targeting your unit or the enemy. So all good things come to an end. After serving 4 years on active duty, with 2 of them being overseas, I decided I would return home to central Wisconsin. I got a job as an automotive technician. I've done this for 4 years. I'm good at it. It should be easy, right? Boy, was I wrong. You see, almost no one here drives a Humvee to work. Okay? Working on cars that are green and tan is just a little bit different than working on everyone else's cars that are here, okay? To overcome that obstacle, I went back to school. I graduated from Fox Valley Technical College with an associate's degree in automotive technology, and I worked at several different dealerships and independent shops after I graduated. What I found is that I just didn't fit in. You see, when you work with people who have their first names on their shirt, it's very different than working with people with their last names on their shirt. When I left the Marines, no one untaught me how to be a Marine. So I show up to work and expect everyone to conduct themselves just like I did. We live as a unit and die as a unit. Perform all tasks to the highest standards and help those around you. We're all a team. I learned that this was just not always the case in the civilian world. I would show up and have that Marine mentality of performing tasks at hand to perfection or people die. I found out that not everyone thinks like that. And this is a very difficult concept for me to understand. How could this even be possible? In the military, those not performing to the highest standard would be confronted by others on their team, and we would assist them into getting their level of performance back up to where it needed to be. In the civilian world, when you attempt to bring those same concerns, you're hard to work with when working with others. When working with people with their first name on their shirt, excellence is not always a requirement for every person. Some folks perform at an average level, and this is acceptable. Civilians make mistakes. This is also acceptable. Those mistakes, 99 times out of 100, do not cause death or great bodily harm to you or those around you. If that envelope gets addressed wrong, you simply send a new one. It took me about 10 years and 6 jobs of working with people where I didn't fit in until I realized working for another civilian employer just wasn't going to work out for me. Which brings us to the birth of Patriot Auto. I wanted to employ those same skills, that same level of excellence in every aspect to my own business. I wanted to build a team and surround myself with great people who think the same way and who will accept nothing less than the absolute best possible product going out the door. Obstacles. Yeah, so who knows the first thing about starting a business? 8.5 years ago, this guy didn't. I never wrote a business plan in my life, never filed a business tax return, never shopped for commercial insurance. The obstacles I encountered in the first year of business were immeasurable. Just when I would take one step forward, I was set back 3 steps. And then how about that team I wanted to build? I'm sure all of you sitting here this evening could use 1 or 2 or 10 more good people on your team. But where are they? How do you find them? I was very fortunate to be able to call in a former student of mine when I was looking for the first official person to add to the team. Matt was a recent NTC graduate, and I knew he was a good guy. He was pretty green in the automotive skills department, but that was an obstacle I knew I could help him to overcome. Time went on, and we worked very hard to build our business. Matt is like family to me, and I couldn't be more proud to have him as part of the Patriot Auto Repair team. Sarah, Noah, and Isaiah, they're family too, and a vital part to our business. We are a unit. We learn from each other, we help and support each other, and we support our community. Our business would not be what it is today without the great help and support of our community. It is those same community members who took a chance on the new guy in town to work on their car, who have made the success of Patriot Auto Repair possible. This is the exact reason that we are so passionate about giving back and helping out this wonderful community we live in. We shop small, shop local, and support the businesses around us whenever we can. We also take pride in being able to lend a helping hand to local nonprofits and folks in need. When someone asks me what I like most about my job, the answer is very simple. As an automotive technician, I can work with my hands, problem solve, and help people all at the same time. It may not be the most glamorous profession, it certainly doesn't pay the best, but it allows me to help others. That's what it's all about, helping those around you. Congratulations to each and every one of you here tonight. Everyone here is a perfect example of what small businesses of the year are made of. Thank you.
We have a special guest and Representative Tom Tiffany here, I think, to give another special award.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't run away. That does happen with us members of Congress sometimes. People do run. No, it's a great pleasure and a great opportunity to join all of you here with the Wausau Chamber Awards. And I'll just be real brief here. We'd just like to thank you, first of all, for your service. Thank you for your service to our country. But just as much of that, thank you for coming back home to the Wausau area. It is so good that you started a business here in north central Wisconsin. We appreciate it more than you know. And on behalf of the 7th Congressional District, we'd like to present you this award as a recipient of Chamber Business of the Year. Congratulations.
All right, well, let's give one last round of applause to Patriot Auto, and congratulations again. All right, we are now going to move on to the Charitable Nonprofit Award category.
The Charitable Nonprofit Award category recognizes nonprofit organizations serving the greater Wausau area. Last year, Wisconsin Automotive and Truck Education Association was the recipient. So before we move on to recognizing this year's finalists, we would like to invite Kent Olson, president and owner of the Wisconsin Automotive and Truck Education Association, to take a moment and reflect on receiving last year's award. Kent?
First of all, I'm not president and owner. I'm a co-chair, and that was supposed to be corrected. I apologize. But I was asked to say a few words. Who knows me? Who's seen me speak before? I will try and keep it fairly short. Secondly, I'd like to join everyone else in congratulating Jim. Jim is part of our organization as well. He's been a member and supportive of our organization. So Jim, very proud of you. The other thing that makes this community so special, and the fact that we're up here accepting last year's award, and the fact that we're up here presenting this year's award, is that this community is about recognition. I'm very proud of the Chamber of Commerce and all the work that the Chamber has done to develop this program. You read through the list of previous recognitions and acceptances of this award, and it reads like a who's who of the business world. So to the Chamber staff that worked so hard, to Dave Ekman's leadership, to everyone that's involved in the Small Business of the Year award, congratulations on another successful year. I'd be remiss, for those of you that know me, last year I stood up here with a very good friend of ours as the presenter, and we lost that person in this last year. And I would be remiss if we didn't take a moment and think about what mental health means to our community. These young ladies are beautiful examples of community service. So was Nina. And for the loss of Nina, many of us grieve deeply. But every one of us reaches and tries to reach out to other people. These nonprofit organizations are all an amazing group of people. They do wonderful things. All the family-owned businesses, the Lambs, the Olsons, the Pizanos, those of us that are partners of mine at our table, we're about trying to make a difference, but recognition matters. So thank you for joining us, and a thought and a prayer to our friend Nina. And maybe even a hand so that I can get past that. Anyway, competition is a healthy tenet of business. One of the beauties of what Wisconsin Automotive Truck and Education Association has been able to do over the years is we've been able to separate and move competition out of the way and work collaboratively with all of our competitors on a daily basis to get things done. We've developed some programs. If you're not familiar with us, we're very proud of them. Wheels to Work is an organization where we receive vehicles, we refurbish vehicles, and then we re-award them to people who may be in the poverty level area and unable to get a reliable vehicle for transportation needs. We have a community careers program. We have a collision training program. And of course, we've been very supportive of automotive technician training programs and diesel technician training programs. So it is my pleasure to announce that we're going to take a look at the recipients or the nominees for this year's business. Let's say it right. Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to say it. Business Charitable Nonprofit Award finalists.
Charitable nonprofit category. Greg survived a near-death ATV accident and found his purpose in life. Semke founded the Christmas in July charity to help children in need at the Marshfield Children's Hospital. Over the past 8 years, Christmas in July has collected 40,000 toys for the children and donated more than $300,000 to the hospital, with a focus on supporting a group of child life specialists. Santa Greg works closely with these specialists to provide them the tools they need in helping children dealing with stress and anxiety to have positive experiences during their hospitalization. The DC Everest Education Foundation was founded in 1993 and has served students, teachers, staff, and the community within the boundaries of the DC Everest Area School District. The mission of the Education Foundation is to provide financial support for innovative educational programs and creative projects that inspire both teachers and students to achieve excellence. The Education Foundation recently completed a successful capital campaign for the creation of the new Greenheck Turner Community Center. The Hmong American Center, Inc. is a multicultural, financially strong, effectively led organization which celebrates the Hmong culture, provides quality, relevant services, and advocates for the Southeast Asian community. The agency was formerly known as the Wausau Area Hmong Mutual Association and was organized as a nonprofit in 1983. Today, the Hmong American Center provides various services to the Southeast Asian community, such as educational support, elder services, cultural and youth development programs, interpretation and translation services, promotion of health equity, and more. The Never Forgotten Honor Flight was formed on Veterans Day, November 11th of 2009, and is affiliated with the Honor Flight Network. The organization celebrates veterans in central and northern Wisconsin by inviting them to participate in a flight, free of charge, to visit the nation's memorials built in their honor. To date, the organization has flown 42 missions with 3,978 veterans. The primary benefit of the Honor Flight experience for many veterans is an opportunity for them to begin talking to their families about their time in the military. Monk Botanical Gardens' mission is to cultivate well-being in people, communities, and the environment through experiences that engage, educate, and inspire. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Gardens has become WASA's leader in environmental education and opened the country's first and only nature-based preschool in 2021. Last year, the Gardens hosted 64,000 visitors, 11,000 adults, and children-attended programs, and curated gardens were added and enhanced. The days of the Gardens being a hidden gem are gone. The word is out about this flourishing space everyone can enjoy.
All right, so you know the drill. We're going to have the finalists stand up as I read your name, please. Christmas in July Charity, please stand. Thank you. DC Everest Area Education Foundation, Hmong American Center, Inc., Never Forgotten Honor Flight, and Monk Botanical Gardens. A huge round of applause for all of our nominees.
Does anybody remember Johnny Carson, the recipient of the 2023 Small Business Award in the charitable nonprofit category? Would you like to read it?
Oh, sure. All right, the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. Congratulations.
Wow. This is a great honor. I just feel like I'm the wrong guy to be up here receiving it. Actually, Mike Thompson, the co-founder and longtime president of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, retired from the presidency last fall. And he and Jim Campbell founded this organization together and have worked almost full-time since its inception to bring it to this point. And I'd like to ask them to come stand here with me. We also have a world-class board of directors, and they have worked hard to bring the organization to this point as well. And I'd like them to stand if they would. Thank you. Never Forgotten Honor Flight has applied twice for the Small Business of the Year award. And other organizations, great organizations, have won the award both of those years. This year we were, as you know, one of 5 finalists for the nonprofit sector. And I have seen all of the videos, and I just want to say this to the other finalists. You are what makes this a great community to live in. I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You're making a difference. I want to encourage you to keep applying because you're going to be standing here one day. The Never Forgotten Honor Flight started in 2009 when Mike Thompson and Jim Campbell got together with a big idea. They pulled together some really amazing people to get it organized. They committed to a $50,000 charter airplane contract for the spring of 2010 when they didn't have a dime. That's courage. And that's commitment. At the time the Never Forgotten Honor Flight was founded, World War II was about 65 years in the rearview mirror, and World War II veterans were dying at the rate of about 1,000 a day. In the meantime, a memorial was built for them in Washington, D.C. with a great deal of help from Bob and Libby Dole. So our initial mission was to fly World War II veterans to Washington, D.C. to experience their memorial. And we have since added Korea veterans and Vietnam veterans. So in short, we fly our nation's veterans to our nation's capital to experience the memorials built in their honor. All those veterans signed the same blank check that said, I will pay any amount, up to and including my life, to defend our nation's freedoms. They responded to the call of duty, whatever it was for them, and they did their duty well, whatever it was. And then they came home unheralded, often unwelcomed, and went back to work. And we count it a privilege to be able to give them some more of the honor that they deserve. Each veteran is assigned a guardian. Most guardians accompany two veterans. Guardians pay $500 each for the privilege of working very hard for us for a very long day to make sure that their veterans get the experience that they deserve. They all take part in a 2-hour training before the flight. And after Guardian training, our veterans and our guardians link up in our USO before experiencing a catered banquet complete with an honor guard and a stage show. Speakers at our pre-flight dinner have included 3 former Green Bay Packers and a number of military dignitaries. Ours is an all-volunteer organization. 240 volunteers contribute to the trip of a lifetime by phoning our veterans and guardians, by setting up and tearing down for the banquet, and by showing up to work at the airport at 3:30 in the morning and coming back later that night to welcome our veterans home. And they all consider it a privilege. When a 95-year-old veteran tells you he's just had the best day of his life, you know you have done something significant. The first mission that the Never Forgotten Honor Flight flew was in April of 2010. And since then, 3,978 veterans have flown on 42 missions. 213 more will fly this spring, and 787 wait for their opportunity, and more are signing up all the time. A huge benefit of this program is that veterans start talking with their families about their wartime experience. Many stuffed their experience when they got home. The Honor Flight helps them to talk about it again, and it's really therapeutic. The cost of a single flight is now over $100,000. And we do no fundraisers, but 4,827 individual donors and 145 community organizations have raised all the funds needed to fly these veterans. Board members give presentations, have given so far 259 of them in our 13 counties. And we have over 9,000 Facebook friends. We've received amazing gifts in kind from individuals and corporations in the counties we serve. Again, we have no paid staff. We're all volunteers. Our board is a working board. Each board member has a vital function to perform: marketing, operations, logistics, medical, finance, volunteers, merchandise, and we enjoy the dickens out of working together. Mike? Mike Thompson and Jim Campbell here deserve special recognition. They are our founders, and they have worked virtually full-time since the organization started, all without pay. So receiving this award is a special honor for the board and me, but the real heroes are the men and women who responded to the call of duty and put themselves in harm's way for all of us. And so I'm proud to accept this award on their behalf. Thank you.
Nice job, my friend. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job.
We would now like to invite Representative Tom Tiffany back to the stage.
First of all, congratulations to all the finalists and the wonderful work that you do in the Wausau area. It's greatly appreciated. And if you have not been at a departure or a return of an honor flight, I would urge you to do it. It is a powerful moment, and you'll always remember it. So I fly in and out of Reagan National a lot. And I've seen a couple of those times when honor flight has come in, and everybody in that airport stands up. Everybody stands up and applauds those veterans. It's just a powerful moment. You guys are so deserving of this. Thank you so much for the work you do.
Oh my goodness, it has been such an incredible and emotional evening with all of you tonight. We're so thankful to be here with all of you. I think between the two of us, we've met half of you anyway for work, so it truly is an honor to get to recognize all of you in these amazing moments. So congratulations once again. We ask that all of the award recipients gather out in the registration area for photos and further instructions. And thank you again to the Business Month sponsors for making this event just so incredible. We ask that you do join us for a special reception immediately following the closing remarks. It'll be a great time to network, to get to congratulate everyone, and just have a good time. With that, we conclude this evening. Thank you all once again. Another congratulations to all of the recipients. All right, I think the bar is open, so have at it.